Yeah, let's go to trends, and then we'll put up the question of the day for today on Hammanskraal. A devastating situation in Hammanskraal at the moment. It really is. I mean, this is we went on air yesterday. 10 people had died since Friday. It then went up to 12 while we were on air, and now we're sitting at a death toll of 15 people since Friday due to the water situation in Hammanskraal. And what is going on there when we talk about a water crisis? This is a very powerful cover of the Sowetan this morning that have got photographs of some of the deceased, and these are, putting a face to the number, and of course there's a child as well that has also lost their lives, and they're also there on the front page. But this is a story that's just not going away, and it is getting worse and worse and worse. And if this does not tell us how badly the situation is, nothing will. This is a moment that Cele, the executive mayor, went to try and go into the Jubilee Hospital, where there are still patients that are struggling and fighting for their lives at this point, and they chased him away. The community chased him away. So, yeah, it's a story we're going to follow up on. In fact, in the next hour, we'll be talking more about this. And our guest, let me tell you who our guest is for the next hour. We'll be speaking to Dr. Anthony Turton. He's a professor for the Centre of Environmental Management from the University of the Free State, and we're talking about some of his findings on research into water and the situation in South Africa. So that'll come up in the next hour. All right, let's see. Prince Mashele, well, he is in a lot of trouble. That much I can tell you. Well, I don't know, this is according to all these reports that are doing the round. And, it emerged over the weekend that, the unauthorized biography of Herman Mashaba was written by Prince Mashele. But now an unauthorized biography is one that is, they got nothing to do with it. They wrote the book, and this is according to what an unauthorized biography is, and they publish it. But according to this, Prince Mashele was paid a whopping 12.5 million rand by Herman Mashaba himself to write this book. And this has now gotten them into a lot of hot water. It's called The Outsider. Jonathan Ball Publishers, this is the publishers of the book. They then said, well, we didn't know this. We were absolutely unaware of the funding. And they have now said they are going to completely withdraw this biography about him out of the network. So they're left with no option but to withdraw The Outsider from the market. Jonathan Paul Publishers says they're unaware of any funding agreement between Mashele and Mashaba. When we signed a publishing agreement with Mashele in 2022, we view this as a material non-disclosure on the part of the author and as a breach of trust. We also note that the contract Mashaba quotes from in his statement is from 2019 and is not the contract that was signed between Mashele and Jonathan Ball Publishers. So yeah, the story gets deeper and deeper. So that's the next chapter in the saga, if we can use a book analysis there. All right, Cele, I don't know. I hate getting involved in he said, she said kind of stuff, but there's a whistleblower out there who's saying a whole bunch of things about the minister at the moment, and her name is Patricia Morgan Mashele, and she dropped this photograph, and this is of Minister Cele with some unsavory characters, as she says. So she's talking about Minister Cele, saying that he's been offered bribes, or he has been bribing different people to silence those that know what happened with Thabo Bester. And this person goes on to say he was on his way to the police station to report the number who had been calling. He gave me the number and I recognized it as the number of Cele. The last time I spoke to this witness was on Sunday when he went to the police station to open a case of intimidation against Cele, and he hasn't been contacting me since then. And she goes on and on and on about all of these things. And she says, by the way, the black Range Rover, which chased me in November, belongs to an Indian gentleman who works for Cele. And these are the gentlemen that are in the photograph. I have his pictures with Cele, and I also handed it over to reliable authorities. The walls are closing in slowly but surely. So right now there's just all these allegations that are dropping against Minister Cele and what's been going on about Bloemfontein and Thabo Bester, and I don't know. But anyway, this is the rumor mill, and this is what's going on social media. So just remember, what we talk about here is what's on social media. We cannot verify these facts. So this is just what's on social media. And then Fikile Mbalula, that's trending as well. And I think this is after Josienso Ramakgopa, the electricity minister, went and did a little bit of a visit yesterday around the power stations. I think he was at Cele, and he went and said that we are not going to see anything better when it comes to the electricity status when it comes to this year. It's not going to happen before the end of the year. And this is in contradiction to what the Secretary General, Fikile Mbalula, sentiment said, that load shedding will be a thing of the past before the end of the year. So, yeah, there's a bit of a contradiction happening there, and a lot of people are speaking about Fikile Mbalula and those kind of comments he threw. So there we go. That's it. I'm leaving all the trends now. There's so much happening on social media. You can go and take a look yourself if you want to look deeper into all of those stories.